All right, it's time to welcome in the abundance and reveal today's treasures and gifts and health gifts, and enlighten you guys on things that can further benefit you more in the future. As you see, I don't play when it comes to health. It's all about my own design. And business is definitely about to be booming. Watch. That licorice powder. You can use this for so many things, dealing with the gut, stopping smoking, and creating toothpaste. You can brush your teeth with that as well, and it'll help your breath too. But let's get into today's treasures. Ooh, treasures. Let's see what we got here. Right here we got the Kava Sleep and Mood, 120 capsules, 60-day supply. It says serving size 2 capsules. Kava root extract. And anybody that don't know what Kava is the natural remedy that has the effect similar to a Xanax, but it's all natural, non-habit forming to create addictions, but it will definitely help you with relaxation and sleep and give you that little buzz too. And I don't know what that word is, Piper or something extract, but Kava definitely works wonders. All right, that's one. Add on to the health collection. Let's get buried there. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. We got the saffron and the beetroot. Supports mood, memory, promotes energy, heart health, and maintains healthy vision. Serving size 2 capsules. Oh, definitely. Got the ashwagandha in there. The curcumin extract. It got the organic beetroot powder. Beetroot works wonders because it's an alkaline, organic supplement, It comes straight from the earth. Ashwagandha, we know that helps with men's testosterone and women's pH balances and overall balance for the body. It works the same equivalent as sea moss, and it works wonders. It's considered a superfood. And I'm new to the saffron. I did some research on it and seen people talking about it. So I said, let me test it out and try it out and see what's up. So we got that. Now let's see right here what we got here. Let's see if this is what I think it is. Ooh, baby. Yes. Now, we can focus on real healing. This is, look what we got here. We got the black walnut, wormwood, clove, garlic, soursop, pumpkin seed, powder, darko, and oregano. Well, black walnut is known to kill parasites in the gut. Wormwood is known to kill parasites in the gut. Clove is known to kill parasites in the gut. Soursop, as an alkaline, is known to kill parasites in the gut. Pumpkin seed is known to kill parasites in the gut. Garlic, it can be used as a natural antibiotic, antioxidant. Oregano is the new hot thing on the market. Definitely deals with your digestive system, full of antioxidants, overall health. And these are the key ingredients to when it comes to killing parasites in the gut, you know. The key, if you want to kill parasites in your gut or stop any type of disease, the key is to use specifically these herbs right here. You will want to change your diet, you know. I would say like the first week, first of all, you want to just drink plenty of alkaline water. You want to you want to fast for like a good 3 days. You know, that'll start the parasite killing process. You know, starve the gut out so it has nothing to feed on. Alkaline water will restore the body with natural electrolytes. Um, Same thing they would do if you went to the hospital and got on the IV, you know, to restore balance to the body. You know how they say salts is bad for you, give you high blood pressure. That's a lie, but too much of anything is not good for you. But when you take things in microdoses, it helps out significantly. And the key is to use salts, because you can make your own alkaline water. You can use pink Himalayan salt, sea salts, and things of that nature. But the key is to use them in microdoses. Yeah, you will want to hydrate your body with fluids and natural alkalines, specifically spring water or distilled water. Fast, you know, kill the parasites in the gut. And if you were on like a solid meat diet, I would probably go to like a seafood diet or just go to a straight plant-based mushrooms, you know, and you know, with the culinary arts of, you know, fruits and vegetables now, like you can make entrees to taste just the same. The key is in the spices and the seasoning. You know, they say you can't eat meat single-handedly without seasonings and spices, but the spices is actually what your body needs and helps you break it down. But the key is alkaline, fluid, bitter herbs, and fasting, and just a little diet change. You can turn around any disease, you know, and any holistic doctor will tell you that. But the key is to catch these diseases early on in a state where they're not full blown, you know. But yeah, I bought 2 of these, you know, amazing. I think that's a good buy. And let's go here to this last one. You know I love my books, and last night I ordered a whole bunch more books because you can't play when it comes to starting busy. And look at this. This is it says the only living trust book you'll ever need. This shows you how to protect your assets and save on thousands in taxes. Key is putting things in your trust. What the Rockefeller says, own nothing and control everything. Well, the key is backing everything with a trust, so it's never confiscated. And if somebody sues you, you know, you got your business and everything in a trust, you know, this is how you protect it. You know, I'm gonna add this on to the mini. I'm halfway through this book here. I've been reading this for the last couple days, but this book is a must read. This is life-changing information. It can help you with the court systems. It can help you with, you know, just not paying any fines, restitutions, you know, how to find the loopholes around the banks and how everything's a scam, and these people are doing it willingly without your consent. You know it's a must read. If I'm reading through it like this and you know I ain't taking breaks or lollygagging with nothing else, that's definitely a must read. You know, more blessings. I'm already, you know, getting far on these Gnostic gospels. That's deep too. Show you how to tap into your true power. You know, more stuff, more gifts. I'm grateful and thankful. And I'm gonna show you. Oh, and this tea right here, this was the 6 treasure tea, whatever it's called. This stuff is amazing. Tastes great. I put a couple alkaline drops in there to bring out, you know, the compounds in it, and as well put a couple drops of lemon extract and just some natural raw unfiltered honey. And that's ginseng. That definitely helps. Let's go into the book of, how do you bring things in, Well, I already told people about the moon phases, protections, these spells and prayers are definitely real. Another thing is knowing how your guardian angels work and how to call upon them and tap into them. Right here, it's a good one. I have everything I need. I have everything I want. Everything I touch turns into gold. Everywhere I step turns into gold. I am made in the image of God. I am that I am. Another one. I command everything that is rightfully mine to reach me now without delay, without struggle, in grace and in overflow. And so it is. You got to do these things daily. Like, you have to speak them into existence. Call your power back. This is more stuff of, how you're dealing with courts and trust as well, too. But we're doing a lot of research, and I apply these things to my life daily, and I get results very fast. Right here. Bind me to wealth. I am bound to infinite abundance. As this candle burns, wealth enfolds me in her luscious embrace, flourishing through my life in ever expanding rapture. Prosperity flows to me like a river. Blessings flow from me like a fountain. Wealth is drawn to me irresistibly as I radiate the enchanting power of success by word and flame, by will and heart. I bind myself to opulence now and forever. This one, this has brought me a whole fortune right here. And I ain't even gonna get in there bragging and talking about that online, but just know things happen. This is one I wrote myself, just for healing. Things that all the creations you need are within you. But I said abracadabra. I create as I speak. I invoke the healing spirits and energies that bring relief. I channel Ashe, Prana, and Chi. I command the cause that brings disease to pause and dissolve its effects on me, or if you're doing it for someone else. Banish by fire, evaporate by air, wash away by water, and by earth deter. Avada Kedavra, its hold on me. I have spoken it, so mo it be. Ashe, or you can say Amen, Da. These three syllables, which would make Amen, but Amen connects to light array, energy and pure ether, which is Ashe, Prana, and Chi. And abracadabra, I create as I speak. Avada Kedavra is the opposite, when you want something to decrease or cease or stop or be destroyed. Avada Kedavra, its hold on me. So it's key words. And this one right here, I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. I acknowledge the miracles that have already manifested in my life and celebrate the ones that are on their way. I walk this journey with faith, knowing the universe conspires to bring me everything I need. Reverse of hex, And the key is to visualize while you're doing this, what people might be transpiring against you or what's going on in your life. Just look around, like, I got a roof over my head, I got clothes on my back, I got food in there. So instead of always looking down on something, you gotta look at the bright side of it, Your intention is the energy, it's the focal driving point to activate in the charged particles that are all around you in the universe, Matter, all the atoms that are concentrated in one area, which makes the matter. And then you have your spirit, you have conscious, subconscious. As within, so without. As above, so below. As within, so without. You have to make the two become one. That's what the Bible's talking about when it talks about the bridegroom meeting the bride, I am in the Father and the Father is in me. So you have to become one in that mindset. If you want to perform the things in which Hamashiach said you can and do greater wonders, you have to, this is the key. And this is what it's telling you in the Gnostic Gospels. These Gnostic Gospels is deep and they get straight to the point, raw, uncut, no filter. And it tells you this is how these miracles, magic, magneticism was performed. Metaphysics, however you want to call it, Everybody is tricked by the wordplay. But yeah, that's very cheap, man. It's very cheap. right here, as you see right by the door, this jar, this is bound. This is what you've seen in one ritual I was just talking about in this book. And this will bring you infinite abundance, you know? And y'all don't even need to have right here. Very few that know, but yeah, it's very key. Like, these products, so your health is your wealth, you know? So key things, you know, you can get or do, you know? This helps with sleeping, helps with dream work. You know, this one helps with sleeping, relaxation. This one restores the body tissues and cells and heals wounds. This one for energy. This one, you know, start the day off. This one will be killing parasites in the gut, but this one, you want to make sure you do this one right, and you got to make sure your diet. So if you want to do a 72-hour fast, 3 days, or a 7-day fast, that's the key to start out. But it takes it literally at least almost 21 days to fully be healed if you want to do it right, you know. So you can start off, you know, to 72 hours straight fast, and then you can go to your fluids, you go to your juicing, and then this is how you implement these bitter herbs. That's what the Most High meant but when he said, take heed in the herbs of the earth for the healings of the nations. That's key, you know. That's why it clearly states, you know, as soon as you open the Bible, you know, it'll say it right here. It tells you right here. Right off. You know, there's keys and gems all around us. You know, we just gotta look for them. And it says right here. Oh. It says, so God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. Then God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, birds in the sky, and the animals that scurry along the ground. Then God said, look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant throughout the earth and all the fruit of the trees for your food. And I have given every green plant as food for all the wild animals, the birds in the sky, and the small animals that scurry along the ground. Every living thing that has life, and that is what happened. So, in other translations, it said that give you the fruit for as meat, you know. So, and then you go in the book of Revelation, said, take heed in the herbs of the earth for the healings of the nations. So that's key and that's vital, you know. But there's a lot of things you got to do by word, thought, and deed. Deed is taking action. Word is speaking into existence. Thought is what you meditate upon, you know. It's the creation in your mind. That's the, what you going to say, telekinesis. You activate that spiritual, that subconscious thought into a conscious thought, and then every thought turns into an action and becomes a reality, you know, by you either speaking it or doing it by deed, you know. But the key to freeing yourself, you know, it says, they shall know the truth and the truth shall set them free. So the key is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The wisdom. So you have to do the work, you know, it's very key. And this stuff will change your life overnight, you know. Right here, those 3 syllables. Ba, mean, bayat, increase physical and spiritual healing power, you know. These things are vital things to know, you know. What people want to call and demonize and say negative things about, they have no knowledge of, but they don't realize, it tells you all throughout your Bible how these things were performed, you know. Ritual, repetition, you know, the right, you have the right, the free will, you know, to do so. And ritual, doing things in repetition. That's just like when they went around the walls of Jericho 7 times, and then with the sound vibrational frequency blew the trumpet or ram's horn or whatever it was, you know, those walls came tumbling down. what do you want to call that? Metaphysics? You want to call that magic? But you see, it was a sequence. It was a repetition, you know? Just like in Egypt, he said, go put the lamb's blood over the door. So when the death angel, the destroyer, comes through, it will know not to hit your houses and kill your firstborn children. You want to call that a ritual, you know? So, all throughout the Bible, you know, that's why it has a dietary law, and it tells you foods to eat and foods not to eat, unclean and unclean, you know. This is more so on a spiritual level. And I'm going to show you another similarity. Look at the 42 laws of Mayat, then look at the 10 commandments, you know, and find the similarities. And always remember that the Israelites is Ra and El, Isis Ra and El, the mind state, or where Moshe, Moses, Musa, you know, got all the knowledge that he had. He learned from them, you know. God is not subject, because before they were a nation or set apart people, God was still dealing with people, individuals, and nations, but just under different surnames of things. So the knowledge is just passed down. That's a specific reason that they became a nation within themselves in Egypt. So remember that. Ashe, I'm out.